skills, and math. I am Tamika Lodge-Fenton. Today we'll be taking you through a few City and Guilds math past paper questions. But before we do that, let us have a look at some information about City and Guilds. City and Guilds offers a stage approach to the examination, stages 1, 2, and 3, with a certification which allows for employment regardless of the stage of the exam. The examination allows students at all competence levels to get a chance at certification in the subject area. Importance of City and Guilds Math and English exam. The City and Guilds certificate in math skills and English skills at stage 3 are accepted for matriculation to general programs of undergraduate studies. We have endorsements from 21 local universities, including the University of the West Indies. While all stages are suitable for employment, it is important to note that the Stage 3 certificate maps closest to the regional exam. Tips to remember when you sit City and Guilds examination. Practice makes perfect. Practice, practice, practice. Practicing will help you to have good time management in the exams. Ensure that you answer all exam questions. Let us have a look at the big picture. Over the last 9 years, City and Guilds have awarded over 98,000 certificates. Math averages in 2019, 61%. English, 78%. Overall, 69%. Resources are available for you. City and Guilds has emailed a set of 8 practice papers for all students across all 3 stages who have been registered for the upcoming June 11, 2020 examinations. We encourage our students to contact their teachers and instructors to get information on how to gain access to City and Guilds Smart Screen, which has a wide range of videos and activities to help you practice. Students may also visit the City and Guilds website and enter the code # 3850 for math and English skills in the search bar. The website is www.cityandguilds.com. Additional resource. If you have missed the lessons on TVJ or wish to view them again, please visit TVJ's YouTube channel to view the presentation in real time or log on to onespotmedia.com. Simply search for TVJ Math and English Sessions with City and Guilds. Let us begin our questions. First question for the day. One day, the temperature in Kingston was 28 degrees Celsius, and the temperature in London was -5 degrees Celsius. What was the difference in the temperatures? Let's see. So we are at 28 degrees Celsius in Jamaica and -5 degrees in London. We would subtract -5 from 28 degrees. However, negative multiplied by negative gives us a positive. Therefore, we'd have 28 degrees Celsius plus 5 degrees Celsius, giving us 33 degrees Celsius. The difference in temperature is 33 degrees Celsius. Let us take a look on the board, exactly what's happening here. So if you were to look at this on a thermometer, no, this thermometer looks a bit. Okay, so we have 0 degrees here. We have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. We can't even put -6 there. And this, I'm not going to put in all those, so we are at 28 right here. So we're at 28 degrees here. So if I were to travel from 28 to come back to 0, that would be 28 degrees change. Then now to go to -5, so I'm at 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 would take me here. So I would have to move an additional 5 degrees here to get to where the temperature is in London is. So that would give me 33 degrees Celsius. So, in other words, Jamaica is 33 degrees Celsius warmer than London. And we can say London is 33 degrees colder than Jamaica. Okay, let's look at the next question for the day. Solve 5/9, subtract a quarter. What is the first thing we need to do? Yes, we need to bring both fractions to an equivalent whole. So we're going to form equivalent fractions. Now, point to note, since 9 and 4 are both factors of 36, they can both be written as a fraction of a whole divided into 36 parts. Let's do that now. So, changing 9 to 36, we'll multiply by 4. We must also make the change in the numerator portion. So it's 4 times 5 gives us 20. So 5/9 is equivalent to 20/36. Let's do that for the quarter. 4 factored into 36 goes 9 times. So in order to change that 4 into 36 parts, it's multiplied by 9. 4 times 9 is 36. 9 times 1 is 9. So a quarter is equivalent to 9/36. Now we can operate. So 5/9 subtract a quarter is rewritten as 20/36 subtract 9/36, which gives us an answer of 11/36. Next question. Last year, a company made a profit of $1.25 million. Each year, the company reinvests 1/3 of the profit. How much of this profit will be reinvested? Reinvest. What are we being asked to do here? Yes, we're asked to calculate 1/3 of $1.25 million. But first we have to know what $1.25 million looks like. What's half of a million? Yes, 500,000. What's half of that 500,000? Yes, 250,000. So 1.25 million is $1,250,000. So we're finding 1/3 of that. And when we carry out that calculation, the answer is $416,666.66, and it's a recurring decimal. What do we do here? As you can see, the options do not give you a recurring decimal because we don't have that money anyway. So we have to run it off to the nearest ones in this case, and that would give us 416,667. Right. A whole bar of chocolate had a mass of 250 grams. What is the mass of 3/5 of the bar? What are they asking us to do? Yes, we are calculating how much grams make up 3/5 of this chocolate bar. How do we do that? Yes, 3/5 of 250 grams is equal to 150 grams. So 3/5 of 250 grams is 150 grams. Let's solve this one. 82 subtract 16 multiplied by 3. When we have a math problem with more than one operation, we follow an order. It should be an order. This allows us to be consistent in the world of math. Now, let's discuss this a little. So we have subtraction and we have multiplication in this question. Now, if I were to subtract first and you were to multiply first as you saw fit, we'd have a problem. Therefore, there is what we call order of operation. This is an acronym that is used to help us remember the order of operations. So we have, the acronym says PEMDAS, where each letter stands for a process within the math question. Let's look at them. So P, parenthesis, E, so if there are brackets or parentheses involved in the problem, we solve what's in those brackets first. Exponent, if there is a number raised to a power, we would work that one out before we go any further. Multiplication, division. There is multiplication and division are interchangeable depending how the question is written. So we read the question from left to right. So you can do the division if it comes before the multiplication in the problem. Then you have addition and subtraction are the last things you do. However, addition and subtraction are also interchangeable according to how the problem is written. So let us look at today's problem. So 82 subtract 16 multiplied by 3. We are going to multiply first because, as you can see, the order of operations, multiplication must occur before subtraction. So 16 multiplied by 3 gives us 48. Then we're left with the subtraction. So we subtract 48 from 82, giving us an answer of 34. Next one. Here are the instructions for sorting shapes. Which box should a square go into? So we have start. Let us zoom in a little bit on that screen so they can see all the options that they have. So the first thing that you have is start. It says take a shape. Does your shape have 3 sides? So remember what your question is. Which box should a square go into? So before we even go over there, what do we know about square? 1, it has 4 equal sides. 2, all the angles are 90 degrees. So the question is, now which box should I place a square into? So you have box A, box B, and box C, and also box D. So we started. Take a shape. Which shape have we taken? We've taken a square. Does the shape have 3 sides? No, it doesn't. So we go down. We follow the R that says no. Does the shape have 4 sides? Yes. So we go where yes is. Does the shape have 4 right angles? What is a right angle again? Who can tell me what is the degree of measure for a right angle? Yes, it's 90 degrees. It has 4 90 degrees angles, so yes. So you place a square in box C. Excellent job. So all it is to access this question is you must pay attention to all the information that is being given to you in the diagram, in the flow chart. Once you have paid attention and you know all the properties about whatever shape is chosen, you are better equipped to place it in the suitable box that they are. This question says the price of a filing cabinet is $290. It is offered on different websites with the following reductions. First thing, what is a reduction again? Right, so you're going to get it with some money taken off what it was originally selling for. So we have options A, B, C, and D. The question is, which is the cheapest cabinet after the reduction? Let us look at the options up there. So we have 1/5 off. B says $55 off. C says 5% off. D says 50% off. So let us see how well we understand numbers. In order to access this question, we have to understand both fractional representation, percentages, and of course, you will have to understand whole numbers as well. So 50% off. What is 50% off? Yes. So it will be half the original price. So the price is $290. So if it's 50%, how much is that? Half of 100, half of 200 is 100, half of 90 is 45. So that's $145 off. So right away, which one would you not take? Excellent. Option B is out because option B says $55 off. And right away, you should realize that 50% off is more than $55 off. What else is left? 1/5 and 5%. Now, since you already know that 50% is in the same as the C option, which is 5%, no, that's a given. 5% is clearly less than 50%. So C is off as well. No, that 1/5 off, you know, it's creating a little, you know, thinking in my mind. So let's figure out what is 1/5 as a percentage. So we have 1/5, and we know that percentage is out of 100. So let's see what is that. So we're going to factor out 5, or 5 into 100. So 1/5 can be written as, can be converted to 20%. So there you go again. 50% is greater than 20%. So what is the cheapest? Which is the cheapest cabinet after the reduction? Correct you are. D, 50% off. Let us run through what I would have written there already. So one, I said, let's be smart. 50% is more than 5%. So that's a given. 50% off is more than $55 off. And what is 1/5 as a percentage? It is 20%. Therefore, 50% is more than 20. Therefore, the cheapest cabinet after reduction is cabinet D. Good job. Next question. The time in London, UK is 5 hours ahead of Kingston, Jamaica. When it is 11:45 a.m. in Jamaica, what time is it in London? Now, we know several of you have families in England. And when you call them, you know that you have to make sure that you don't call them certain times, because certain time they're sleeping while you are up. So this is how we know what's happening there. So what's the time? So let's look at the board again. So our starting time is 11:45 a.m. and that is important. So we have 11:45 a.m. Now we're going to move with on an hourly interval. So 1 hour from 11:45. So if I said to you, go and eat lunch 1 hour later from 11:45 a.m., what time is that? Good. So if you add an hour, you're talking about 12:45. Now, what I want you to tell me, is it a.m. or p.m.? Exactly. It's in the day, and it's now past noon, so it becomes p.m. because you head into the evening, right? Good. So 1 hour later will be 12:45. So if I keep on adding an hour, I'm going to just write this one, and then you're just going to have to add it without me writing out this entire thing. So 1 hour added to 12:45 gives us, is it 13:45? We could, but we're using a 12-hour clock, so it's going to be 1:45 p.m. Then, so that's 2 hours we've added. So now I'm going to put 3 here, 4, and 5 here, hours, so that we keep track of the time. So 1 hour later from 1:45 becomes 2:45 p.m. 1 more hour after 2:45, 3:45 p.m. And when we added 5 hours later, it would be 4:45 p.m. Did you get that? Excellent job. So let's just look at it again. Let's use 1 hour intervals. We keep on adding an hour until we have till 5 hours have been added. And it would take us, so that's 3 hours later, 4 hours, 5 hours later, 4:45 p.m. That means 11:45 a.m. plus 5 hours will give us a time of 4:45 p.m. Great. Let us look at this table. The table shows information from the 2011 census. What is a census? Yes, people go around collecting information about the population, right? Who is living? How many persons do we have in Jamaica or in a particular parish? As you can see here, all the parishes are listed there. So it has total population for Kingston. It has it for St. Andrew all the way down to St. Catherine. Now, this particular question asks you something specific. Let's read it. It says, compare the parish with the greatest population in non-private dwellings and the parish with the lowest population in non-private dwellings. What is the difference? So we need to look at population in non-private dwelling. And that would be, we have the first column, second, third, fourth column gives us that information. So when you look in the fourth column, what it asks you for the greatest population in non-private dwelling, which is the largest number you can see over there. Excellent, 4,418. Then it asks you for the lowest population, the lowest non-private dwelling, and that would be 197. Excellent. So we just interpreted the information given in that. So the parish is Kingston has 4,418, while St. Thomas has 197. So the difference would be 4,222. And there you go. So that's that. Now let's look at this question. What is the weight shown on the scale to the nearest 0.1 kilogram? First question. How is that scale divided? How, those markings on it, what does it mean? How many kilogram is there from 25 to 30? I hope you can see it. Let's see if I can help. No? All right. That's fine. All right. We're going to leave that right there. So if you look here from 25 to 30, you have 1, so that's 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Then you have a further, it's calibrated, or right, so it's further broken down. So within every kilogram, you have that half mark. So this would be 25.5 kilogram until it gets to another 0.5, making it 26. Good. So what is halfway between 0.5 kilogram? We can then say that the kilogram is divided into 10 parts. Each part is 0.1 kilogram. So if I were to try and divide this into portion, it would be 0.1, 0.2 till you reach 0.5. Excellent. Now let's look at the diagram with some of a little animation. So we said that first mark is 26 kilogram. The second one, 27 kilogram. The third one, which would be right next to where the mark is for the scale, for the weight that we're looking at, is 27.5 kilogram. So if we were to move 0.1 kilogram further, we would get 27.6 kilogram. And that would be the weight that is being displayed on the scale here. Next question. The pie chart shows the way employees in a company travel to work each day. Now let's examine the pie chart. We have those persons who walk, those persons who go by car, bicycle, and bus. It gave us some more information. It says there are 128 employees. How many more walk than travel by bus? What is it that we want to do here? How many walk? That's the first thing. According to the pie chart, half of the population walks. What is half of 128? 64. Excellent. Then it says you're trying to make a comparison between those who walk and those who take the bus. How many take the bus? It is quarter of the population, which is quarter of 128 is 32. So if we're to compare those who walk with those who take the bus, we would say 64 walk, 32 take the bus. There is a difference of 32. So 32 more employees walk than take the bus. Right, so this one, the table shows a number of advance bookings in a restaurant last week. What is the mode number of the advance booking? What is the mode again? The mode is the most frequent data entry. When you look at that table, which number, which data is entered most? Yes, it is 14. So 14 appears twice in the set of data, unlike any other value. So 14 is the mode for that set of data. Next, 10 students obtain these scores in a test. And as you can see the scores, what is the range of these scores? Do you remember what the range is? Yes, the range has to do with the spread of data. It tells us how the data is dispersed. And to calculate the range, you would take the highest value and subtract the lowest value. What is the highest value here? 36. The lowest score? 17. Excellent. So the range is 19. And our final question for the afternoon. A game uses a standard dice. What is the probability that the first throw will be a 3? How many sides does a dice have? Remember, a dice is a cube, so it has 6 faces, 6 sides. Excellent. So how many of those faces have 3 on it? Yes, only 1. Therefore, it is 1 out of 6 faces that can give you a 3. So it is 1/6 is the probability that the first throw will be a 3. That's all the time we have for today's lesson. Thank you.